Welcome to Whimsical White House Wonders. I'm your host, Emma Johnson, and today we will be exploring how social media shapes the current government. Today we are asking, is social media helping or hindering democracy in our government? I will be joined today by Maddie Walker.
Hi everyone.
Maddie, the government has adopted social media as a communication tool to U.S. citizens. How do you personally feel about this?
Well, social media can be used to support incumbent politicians within a country or to help limit the power given to the people to spread propaganda and disrupt the democratic transfer of power through elections in other countries.
I completely understand that point of view. Most people think that the use of social media cannot bring the world closer together, as Facebook founder states, and help connect only democracy-loving people.
But how can people support that if the First Amendment clearly states that the people of the country have freedom of speech?
Very good point you brought up there. The First Amendment focuses on the freedom of speech for all U.S. citizens. Social media brings people together to use that power to talk about what they believe in and encourage people to join in and be politically active.
While I do agree that social media helps the spread of political socialization, there's no way to make sure that the ideas that are being spread are things that are actually true.
It is a serious issue. Studies show that false political information spreads 6 times faster than the truth, and we've seen people weaponize social media to influence the elections. Platforms struggle to balance free speech versus regulation.
We actually see this often. For example, in the recent 2024 election, swing voters, defined as those who did not rule out voting for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris from the start of the campaign, largely got the news from social media. Leading up to the election, 45% of swing voters and 52% of new Trump voters cited that they got their news through social media, a far greater share than the national electorate, which was 37%.
That's a perfect example of misinformation that people in the U.S. were unaware of. If only there was an easy way to monitor credibility and authenticity. Wait. One possible solution could be to make credible sources for social media by finding people to flag suspicious activity.
Wow, that's actually a really great idea.
So where do we go from here? Social media is reshaping our democracy, but the question remains, how can we ensure that it strengthens rather than weakens our government?
Well, research shows that social media can actually enhance our democratic institutions, but only when it's used responsibly. A study that analyzed 145 different countries found that high school social media penetration boosts the overall democratic engagement in wealthier nations than in the ones with lower income population. This proves that education and regulation kind of go hand in hand.
That's why media literacy programs are essential. Pew researchers found an incredible increase of American people on varying social media platforms. While many people think social media spreads awareness, there's also a handful of those people that think that it's dividing us. Our government needs to work together with tech companies or other places to ensure we flag misconduct on social media, promote the credible sources, and promote free speech through the First Amendment without enabling propaganda.
It's actually a really easy balance, but one thing is for certain, social media is not going anywhere. So as a country, we need to learn how to use it to our advantage and use it wisely.
That's a wrap for today's episode of Whimsical White House Wonders. Stay informed, think critically, and always question the information you see online. See you next time!